Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm WolfsbaneGaming and we're back with another video on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This is part 29. If you haven't seen 28 videos, there will be a link up during corner of the video. And if you find yourself returned to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, then please do hit the like button, turn the notification on, or come by hitting my subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Now let's jump in, go left.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got as drunk as a lord. Totally pie-faced. Then he fell into a ditch, and now he's staggering around the streets, God knows where.
I might have expected. Once, he turned up with a hangover, and as soon as he smelt wine, he threw up all over the chapel door. I told him if that ever happened again, he was for the boot. Oh, well, you'll have to take his place for today. I've no time to find someone else. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You won't be needing it anyway. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're running around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
I'm no greenhorn. I have plenty of experience. Not long ago, I poured wine for the Archbishop of Mainz.
Oh, I see. Forgive me. But allow me to give you one piece of advice. Sir Adam of Zarjitz will be among the guests. Don't pour wine for him. Otherwise he'll get drunk and disgrace us all in front of the king. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Understood.
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up,
Oh.
you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent.
I'll do it.
Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
There are the pictures of wine.
Is a joke, and on top
Hopefully I
of
won't
that,
splash
the army
anyone's
was
shoes.
requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than
boy,
any Räuber
full
in the
cup of
domain?
monastery wine. What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick,
I
the Dry
apologize, sir.
Devil, used that
Which
thing.
wine?
Red. That Hackenbücher.
Latin.
Hand cannon.
Good,
Can
sir.
you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one
What's
who
that
should
supposed
know
to
where
be?
they got them.
I wanted red.
Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying?
I apologize,
Friedrich?
sir.
All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do
Waiter,
not
get me
realize
white.
what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free.
I apologize,
There are
sir.
Raubritter
Which one?
everywhere in the
Are
region.
you colorblind?
We have the army
White.
bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Let's reload. I don't want to mess any.
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons.
Take the red.
Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
And don't you skimp
What are
on
you
me.
getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the
Thank
Dry
you.
Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws
Hey,
have
waiter,
better weapons
pour
than
me
the
some
city
monastery wine.
garrison. And Herr König
I'd like to
surely
oblige,
knows this
but
too.
I'm not allowed.
This is unbelievable. You smell a deal?
I'm sorry, but
What
I'm
I
not
smell
allowed,
is
mate.
that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is.
Hey, waiter,
The
pour me
Dry
some
Devil
monastery
is
wine.
running free.
I'm
There
sorry.
are Raubritter everywhere
I
in the
apologize,
region.
sir.
We have the
Which
army
one?
bearing down, and
Monastery
you want to
rat.
defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
Well,
What
thank the
then?
Lord.
We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his...
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich. Our current Waffen... Arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory, and the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
I'd like some monastery wine. Refill my cup, boy.
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be.
This is
Current
unbelievable.
baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome.
More wine, Master Bailiff.
I have enough wine. Come closer. I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Certainly, sir. I'll be right back.
Come back with it straight away.
He's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death?
Nice.
A great many people died.
Whose silver might this be?
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spare. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a...
So, did you find it?
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nars's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way. At least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
I fancy some
And
Tokai.
as we know,
Refill, boy.
Gunslin absolutely hates him.
I apologize.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does
Are
no
you
damage.
colorblind?
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
Sir?
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending
Well,
Rutard?
thank the Lord.
Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in
Boys,
this case it
I'd like
really
some
was
white.
nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it.
Which one?
I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's
Sir?
grossly exaggerated. I don't think Ruthard will cause
Thank you,
any
waiter.
trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and
Pour me some
soon.
Takai.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't
Well,
brush it off
thanks
so
a lot.
quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened,
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Ruthard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Ruthard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword
I'd like
fighting
some
school brought this
monastery
custom
wine.
to us.
Refill my
That
cup,
German
boy.
Menhard is just hanging around the market
I
looking for
apologise, sir.
trouble.
Don't be
Which wine?
ridiculous.
Monastery
You act
Red.
like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives
Sir?
in the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven
Don't hang
offences
around me.
are punished
Vanish,
by the
you hear
bailiff.
me?
And that's that. There are more pressing matters to
you
deal
wish.
with.
More pressing than the open
Go,
contempt
go.
of the whole
I don't
town
want to
garrison.
see you again.
The guards are apparently settling accounts
Boy,
their own way.
come
We'll
here for a
soon be
moment.
the laughing stock of the whole town.
Everything in order?
You can
Not
rest
quite.
assured the whole town
But I
is
think you
already
might be
laughing
able
at
to
us
help me.
all
Come
day
here.
long. So what if they...
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and...
All right.
I knew I could... While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored, and because I told you.
If we get anywhere like this, why waste our time?
So,
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? And did you count those wings?
I counted 16, sir.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh, I thought you meant only the angels.
Go back to serving wine, blockhead.
Since there is the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster?
You there, lad!
Hire more craftsmen,
A cup
start
of
with
bread.
night shifts.
And
Haven't you
don't
noticed there's a
skip
war
on me.
going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's
Sir?
something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
When hell freezes over, my friend.
I'd like some
Your
white.
place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought
Why?
yourself
Are
a
you
seat in
deaf
this
or something?
council.
Sorry?
How dare you?
White.
I acquired my seat for the services
Good.
our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have,
Ah.
they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Lad,
Those
a
wrestlers
cup of red.
theirs, of course.
And don't you skimp on me.
People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh,
Red, yes, Mr. Andrew. There you go,
Being
sir.
sorted out. Not long ago,
Sorry?
the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten.
Thank you, waiter.
What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Your Majesty.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Like this plan of fives!
Oh. Time to play as Sir Godwin. Yep, I'm playing as Godwin now. Yay.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere,
knows everything and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Shishka. Samuel.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Kutn. And this is Samuel.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring?
Because we all need to help each other in this time. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some...
We have more serious matters to attend to here. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel.
Did you come to lend money to the Lord?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
Or maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobula, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable...
Good health.
L'chaim.
Everything...
I can't wait for it to end so we can get out of here.
I reckon...
Or pretty pissed off. We will leave as soon as we can. Anyway, all of these worthy gentlemen will be... What can I tell? It was never exactly glorious.
Surely it won't be.
There are many fools in times of uncertainty.
Oh.
But how do you expect to reconcile their approaches? Warring and
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation.
Warring is no
Brabant.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word.
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new...
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up in prison?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
Ah, je suis désolé. This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth.
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle. Many great men fell there.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me. So I settled down in the presbytery in Ujits.
Then, what are you doing here at a meeting of opponents of the crown?
Ah, the Lord moves in mysterious ways. You say you're a poet?
Jamais. I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood.
Where have you been on your...
But of course, if you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French there. Everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Something tells me he'd act as spy for Sigismund.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Do you have news? I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gab.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask some...
As it happens, I've got nothing better to do anyway.
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain...
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change...
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the...
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
I'll help you. What exactly?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstadt. If you can get those 3 on us, meanwhile, I'll get... I wish us both luck.
Success to...
Hello, Armor.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask.
God be with you.
Your diplomatic support.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine.
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any... So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should...
It's not only your money. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the...
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would...
All right, I'll help you.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddle. Bring them to me, but watch yourself.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
No, I'm just leaving any.
That won't please Lord Odderin.
How big a place? Big enough for that. Good day to you. Good day.
My lady.
I've got those papers from...
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
My lady, with all the clamor, here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal.
Thank you. No.
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our...
How could I...
And to the six...
I'll tell you, nobody has to like...
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Ha! Even better. But you won't believe it.
And you might not... Well,
I wanted...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then.
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Alder.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
Hey, where's that beer? We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies. Take back your challenge, and we'll sort things out peacefully.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for... I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second, as he desires, and then...
Out of the question. This uncouth lout needs a... And he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God...
You want satisfaction? You'll get nothing but... Suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard, but quietly. We don't have...
After you.
Well, that's that. Now, where were...
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher would so...
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Did they teach you that in the seminary? Take that! I'll sort you out nicely. Hey, who taught you that? That was sneaky.
Left arm lower! You don't know which end of that thing is up. Cover your right side. You've got a gap there I can drive a cart through. What's wrong with your legs? Stand firm. Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse.
They teach you that in the seminary?
Fucking hell!
That was sneaky.
Look in my eyes, not at my sword. Forgive me, Lord, for what I do.
That will do.
Come on, brother.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days. He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder.
Aye. The outcome of this war depends on it.
That sounds very important, considering you and Alder are both pretty small players. After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me and tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, But we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Ladsy!
You wouldn't be avoiding me. We didn't have much time for conversation on the way.
With pleasure, sir. As it happens, there's something I... What are you expecting?
Well, I have no great expectation, but all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps toward. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely to achieve any progress.
I couldn't help but notice your son has a bit of a talent for getting into trouble.
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than a little. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different path than he.
May God grant him eternal rest. Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old to miss out on such an event.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with child. No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, it doesn't matter who kneaded the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord!
Alice!
May I have a word with you?
You? Anytime. With you, at least, there's some sensible conversation. Unlike this pack of
have you got something against the cook?
Their forefathers lived up to their ears in dung. But thanks to the royal mines, they were born with silver spoons up there, and they think that can turn their blood blue.
But surely they're not all like that. And they are our allies.
Allies or not, someone ought to show them their place.
Young Lord Capon is finally free again. Let's hope he'll take better care of himself now.
He got a harsh lesson, but at least he might remember to lay off that tomfoolery of his for a while. But if not, war will make a man of him.
Do you think there's really going to be a war? I mean a proper one, not just sitting around and talking about it.
I sincerely hope so. Whoever sits around risks nothing. It's time to get off our asses.
What do you think about...
Are you testing me? Jobst called this assembly and he wants things to turn out well. We have to trust him.
To turn out well for who's best? Some are up to their elbows in silver and blood, so others can live in...
Better make sure you're among the latter then. And in the meanwhile, help the former to keep their losses.
Don't care about you, Conrad.
Exactly why we mustn't push.
Buttoshek.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Jobst comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over.
On the contrary.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
Only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
Don't worry, it's not just your money I want to draw on. Believe it or not,
Really? Name at least one of those lunatics.
Anna of Volstein, for instance.
Truly? Well, let's see about it.
I wouldn't mention the word lunatic.
All right, I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, women are fighting over him. Yitka will like him, and he'll give her a whole bunch of children.
And to half the wenches in his domain too, eh? On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon. If he agrees, we can celebrate our alliance.
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now...
I'm going to talk to Lord Capon first. I don't want to piss him off. Capon?
Got some good news.
The bad news is there's hardly any females in this whole damned... There's some old bat standing there with 2 young girls, but she watches over them like a mother hen. So at least tell me the good news.
You're going to get married.
Is she at least pretty?
I don't know.
You're really a barrel of laughs. Now, enough nonsense. Let's have...
To your health.
He likes the idea. Let's go.
Take a look at that. A knight.
Hanush?
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do?
Young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support some...
You misunderstood my meaning. I was the one who arranged with your...
You arranged a marriage for my ward?
With the niece of Sir Bushek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name's Yitka.
Bushek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you conniving old bastard.
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Ratay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers.
Cheers to you. And to your parlaying skills.
Yeah, boy. Oh, boy, let's go. He likes it. Let's go.
Sir Bushek, your niece Yitka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstadt.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink. What do you...
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yitka and the unhappy Lord Capon.
Here's to a good...
Hell yeah, boy. Okay, I can still save the game if need be.
We walk out of here with...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiation.
Is this
supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bojek of Kunstad will support our cause.
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord, but we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Oh, fuck. I don't think Capon likes the idea.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Lord Capon now. Oh, I should have done Liechtenstein. Nah, Capon was the best idea. Oh, it would be so easy to assassinate the king right now. Even though
After we conquered
Henry
the
wouldn't
city, you
survive.
promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh, rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here.
When did it last save? 2021? Oh, just now. Nice. Right.
Was I not perhaps
I had to restart the game, but we're back.
Speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh, rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is
I can't escape.
Of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have
Monastery white, yeah?
rebelling. Our army is
Red.
falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is
Sir, yes, sir.
waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard.
Oh shit, Rabosh.
Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosch falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Fuck. Fuck. Ah, fuck. So many people are gonna die. So many good soldiers are gonna die.
So what? They left a long time ago. I couldn't resist you either. A while ago. Sneaking around when those two girls came. Was Anna a mustache?
Hunger, poverty, and
About the girls?
It's too much for a man to take.
Liechtenstein.
You in need of something, my well-oiled.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. As they... So, to bright touching, come now. What's become...
I never had one.
Truly?
Not a bit.
In that case, in quite...
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it as far as the keg.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father sure... I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his clothes, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find...
You can bet on it. I've got a nose for booze.
I don't doubt it.
So you see? Did you hear?
Vacuum.
How'd you like...
The art of wine recipe. I might even the king him.
No one's forcing you. At least there'll be more left for us.
Indeed. En tout cas, judging by how you speak to me, you certainly do not hold back. Give me 100 nice beggars. I'd rather eat.
You've got a different idea about a whole...
Godwin!
I don't know.
Yes? First you ridiculed me in front of Alder, and now I find out you're sneaking around my house like a thief?
I should have known you'd turn your servants into snitches.
And you're as drunk as a fiddler to boot.
And I intend to get even more drunk. Anyway.
My wine?
A distinguished guest's wish.
I'll see about that. And you, get out of my... Just look at him.
But you can hardly stand straight, Martin.
Pull up. You're changing the subject.
Having a good time? It's a fucking bore. These old farts here have... Well, what are you missing? There's wine, food. I'd rather have a game of dice. Well, let's have a game then. But for what? For coin. Playing for... I might have something. And what might... Let's keep it a surprise. What the hell? You bet it will.
Let's play. Dryden. Oh. I can't say shit, I'm drunk. Okay, we got a 6, another 6, 2, 3, the 5, and a 1. Well, let's take the 1.
God be with you, my friend. Greetings to you too.
Another 6, 3, 5. There we go, and we'll keep it. He sucks. Yep, he sucks. Oh shit. I still win though. So far, I still win at the moment. Oh, that's a 3, a 1, a 2, a... Dude, let's go. Don't mind. Easy. I win. A cap.
You can dip that rotten carrot in lard and ram it up your...
I was just having a... But if you don't like your prize, and...
Here you are.
Ah, you've got no imagination. It's not for eating. Like I could shove it down the back of the cousin's shut.
Ooh.
It would make a lot of things easier for...
How come you're still here, sir? Weren't you supposed to travel with Sir Hanush? Raise an army, prepare a...
All hail Jobst! He sorted out things here nicely. He got my money for a start, and that's more than I wanted to give him. But you know how it goes. I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going anywhere, and I sent my captain with him. He's still young and full of piss and vinegar. I'm too old and fond of my...
did you at least discuss with Hanush where the wedding...
Nothing to discuss. It'll be at our castle Potstein, of course. It's the pride of our family. We can fit in 3 times more people than here, and that still wouldn't be much.
Ah, but there are 2 castles in Ratai. I'd bet my right arm old Hanush will want to have the wedding there.
What? In Ratai? Well, I ought to look into that then.
Deal with him yourself, though. I won't be your gent's messenger anymore.
Oh, fuck. I literally cannot see where I'm going. Not that way.
So you don't have to admit I'm right.
If an open battle breaks out, it'll be on.
God be with you, my friend. Good day.
Why are you sneaking around here, you vagabond?
The red'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horse flesh for you, Rootard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Bombergo. Bang!
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Oh, hell no. I need to get that quick. No. I'm drunk. Like Godwin is drunk. Like, oh man. Oh, he's no longer drunk.
The surrounding Tristan can't make it on his own. You caught him sweetly. Leave him alone. He's done for.
Christopher?
Stand your ground! Right! Drive those horses out! Right, right. Come and help me with this bastard! Right on that!
Were you born clumsy, or did you learn that?
He's nearly got me!
Whew. Oh, hell no. Wait, I'm Henry. Dude, I'm Henry. Let's go.
Quick!
Good. And you'll get another right away. Go and get another. Let him have it. There's more of them. Do it. Show what you're made. Bleeding like a sock pig. Good. That's mine. Stop giving him! Forget me! Have to defend ourselves!
Think you can face me, do you? Welcome to hell!
Come on, you worm! Let's get it over with!
Good! I still can't quite do that.
Die another day. As Godwin saved your brother. Let's
That
go.
was a close shave.
A little too close. Oh, fuck me.
Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, and some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in peace.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother.
But only almost. Good work.
What do you mean, almost? What happened?
I got there in time to help him, fortunately. Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly lost his life doing it. Nothing.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Rutard and Botchek.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either.
We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghout took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
Markvart bragged about it to Sigismund, and Sigismund promised to make him Lord of Raborsh in return.
When he sees what von Berghout did with it, he'll shit himself.
You find that funny? Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you bothered to turn up.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat, trust me.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sigismund.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all who resist him.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
And what am I supposed to do? Can I help somehow?
You've done enough, don't you think?
And I'm sure Liechtenstein can't wait to find out what was discussed at the city council.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first.
Damn.
Guard the walls until morning.
Captured.
If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with
What have they
Christopher.
done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
Fucking hell.
Leave it alone. The two of you. Now we're in it. Poor, handsome, young, sturdy.
Do. Dude.
Right, devil, this is tough as old boots. If a horse fell on me, I wouldn't get up again. One punched up, captured, the other almost crushed. What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not, they brought it upon themselves. Wojciech is as greedy as a pig, and Hinek is... well, you know.
Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway. Poor animal. Handsome, young, sturdy. Well, at least it was over quick. No, you almost took Hinek over. That's right, General. Tough as old boots. If a horse fell on me, I wouldn't get up again. My temper lost his life too. Put enough arrows in him, knocked down 3 lightning.
What? I didn't say you could come in.
Someone set his mane and tail on fire. Survive. Maybe he'll come back. Or maybe the crows already.
This dude is as dead as can be.
Put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning. I don't know. I saw him bolting out.
This guy is looting as well. Glad I'm not the only one. There's a lot of dead people here. A lot of good loot. Ouch. Dude, that's great. Crazy great. What the fuck happened to this dude? Okay, dagger maze. Okay, I like this. Don't get me wrong, I like the dagger maze, but never actually got around to using it. Right, let's. Dude, I got almost 20,000. Repair as much as I can. Dude, I repaired everything. That's crazy. Repair yay. Go, very nice. Everything. Got nothing to repair but that. Everything, there we go, done. Right, let's see. This is better anyway. Don't really care about the helmet, to be fair. Shite. That's worse. All of this is worse. Dude. Nope, 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 nope. Definitely not. Nope. No, no. Not even close.
Now we're in it with them anyway. They didn't even spare the animals. My Tempest lost his life too.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Yes, good boy. Showing up when I didn't even want you here. Bitch of a dog. Dude. That's like one of the rarest badges in the game. I just found it on a random dead body. Don't mind.
I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire. Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back. Or maybe the crows have eaten him already.
Liechtenstein.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Owlet surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Wolfsbane's and many other nobles. It was slaughter.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. And very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them. I'm going with you. Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
Cape on.
What happened when von Berghoff hauled you off after the Nabokov battle?
It was a dreadful journey. Jesus, don't even... It was a bit better in Malashov. Apart from being locked.
Did anything happen?
No, but it took ages to get to Malashov. 4 or 5 days in that. I was traveling with von Owlet's minions. They hauled me in one of the wagons. They treated my wounds a bit, but I was still in a really bad way.
What did they do with you in Malashov?
Nothing much, actually. They took care of my wounds, and then stuck me in a room with Brabant. But they treated me decently, as befits a noble. Von Berghoff came asking questions a couple of times, but only I almost went mad from being cramped in that damned room. It's a good thing you got me out of there.
Well, what was the problem with...
That I couldn't get out of there. You saw yourself when you came for me, didn't you? It's just that since Nabokov, when they shot the tower right down on my head and I was stuck there. Well, since then, I never did. I always preferred to be outdoors. But since Nabokov, I had a feeling the roof would fall on my head again and I'd be buried alive.
I understand. It's a bit awkward for you that the nobility lives in
That's a fact. Once I get my hands on my estates, I'll build a new castle that only has huge rooms and lots of spacious courtyards. And above all, no secret passages.
Great. I'm really looking forward to this new castle of yours.
You can be the castellan or something. Don't worry, I won't forget you. I'll even have a forge built so you feel right at home.
They didn't let you out at all? But you were in that room for ages.
No. They let us walk around the fortress a bit. We even went out for a ride twice, but they watched us like hawks. Not a chance of escape. But most of the time we were in that room. Like I say, I'm really glad you...
What did von Berghoff want?
Just the usual courtesies. The captivity of nobles has to observe certain formalities, you know? It's not like they could just throw you in some hole. They behaved fairly respectfully, but of course he was fishing for information. About Radzig and Hanush, and especially Jobst. What they're planning, how many men they have on the field, who else they're negotiating with and that.
What did you tell?
Nothing that he didn't already know. I played as dumb as the village idiot. I only told him they sent us with that message and discussed the rest when we were gone.
And did he swallow it?
I think he suspected I was bluffing a bit. And then he tried to loosen my tongue by letting me go hungry for a while. But he soon gave up when he saw he was getting nothing more from me.
My word. Nice. But the main thing is, you're alive and kicking.
Indeed.
What do you make of this Brab?
He's unquestionably a remarkable knight, that Vatalin. He rambles on a lot, though. My head nearly burst listening to him although it was better than being stuck there alone. Otherwise, he seems to me like a bold and worldly gentleman, if a little obsessed with wealth.
I agree. And he's got a score to settle with Sigismund.
He certainly has.
This alliance isn't just a farce.
But to reveal something like that to Sigismund, far away from Gutenberg.
So what?
but
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
I talked to Godwin.
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Why are you even telling me this?
I thought you would want to know. Martin was raising you instead of being with Mother and me.
I know what it's like. My real father rejected me too. I learned the truth only after Pa's death.
You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out. Quick, before... Will you come with us, Hen?
I'll come. And Liechtenstein or...
Very well. We should get going.
Let's not waste time.
Oh.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but...
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have the time.
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going...
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Let's go then.
Borikata.
Oh.
Perish. Can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got healed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that.
You seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
That droid of Sigismund, may his name be erased, would have found some other excuse to get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
Let's do this.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
Okay. I think I should put some more armor. Nah, there's only 8 defense in it.
Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up. Kurva, my horse is getting numb. So, do you hear anyone?
I must have just imagined it. Let's keep moving.
Not this way. Liechtenstein went another way.
We should split up here. Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubienka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
We have to go this way. Hopefully we'll find it quickly.
Come on,
Hopefully we'll
Liechtenstein.
find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too. Hopefully
We can't let
everything
that
will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now?
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town? Strange all the same, isn't it? Hundreds of people must have dug this tunnel. Years of hard labor in the darkness. The effort, the suffering. And today, God willing, we'll save a lot of folks suffering thanks to it.
Very strange, yes.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I'll go upstairs and see if anyone is still there.
I hope so. If they took anything from down here, they mustn't get out alive. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you.
Gotcha. Out there. Noses! Murderer.
You want to try me?
Victory or death!
Fuck you! Show what you're made of!
Oh. Oh. I won't have any other time to do this. Oh. Okay. Jacob. Damn.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right. Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern, too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry.
If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. What about your mother? Is she all right?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
I'm really sorry about your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Hamardes. This Eric is really pissing me off. I've never laid eyes on him, yet I cannot wait to wring his neck.
There'll be plenty of time for that later. We have to go now.
I'm sure Mama is waiting for us. We have to take her to the shul.
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway so no one else can get in.
But sir, if any more of them come here...
I can take care of myself. Now go. God be with you.
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott, what happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded. Let's go now. We're out of time.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
My name is Henry. I'm, Do you remember Martin, the blacksmith?
Of course I do.
I'm his... son.
Was sagst du?
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back, it might be safer there!
What's going on?
Sam, are you all right?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue. But how?
Through the backyards. Follow me.
Goodbye, Sam.
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! Bloody hell, they're gone. We have to keep going. Somebody help us! Ah. That is Judith and Lev. Can you help them? Oh.
Leave her alone, or what? Toter Mann!
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Die, kurva!
Guys!
Get him open below!
Zeb!
Damn!
Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, my kid?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
They even killed Baker. Fucking assholes.
We are here! Come!
Get them all out! Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Bianca.
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
Eric.
There they are. Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
I'm gonna kill that Eric. With my father's sword.
Not him! I want him alive!
Show what you're made of. Prayer if you can. Show what you're made of.
Dude.
I'll have your ass off.
You really think you could kill me?
Nice hit! Tommy, get him from behind! Waiting, you bastard!
That's my brother, bitch.
Good strike! Helen's waiting, you bastard! You swine! I'm gonna finish. Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on! Let's go!
Ooh. Bianca got lucky.
God more me. Let's go. It's this way.
I think I actually got a better Gamberson.
Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Wait, did I not pick up the camp? Oh, I got my phone. I wanted to pick up Gamberson off that fucking auger, but I got hit, didn't I?
Surely we cannot just leave them here like this.
There's nothing we can do now.
Thank you.
We must
boy.
get the wounded.
Return, O Lord. How long
Where's
shall
Miriam?
thou be wrathful?
Where is she?
With thy servants, thus with thy nurse, that we may rejoice.
Don't worry. Even if that happens, it will be able.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, lad. I thank you for everything.
I know this might not be the best time, but do you think we could talk about Martin?
Right now? Well, all right then. How is Martin actually?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh,
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma and... well, they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
How did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went schlag auf schlag.
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other, until one day, I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So he did not miss a beat and took me out of town in secret. I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin. But he did not find out anything at all.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere else.
And what about you? Did you ever find another man after that?
No. My father called me a widow, so I stayed a widow.
And he didn't try to find anyone else for you?
You know he did, but it never worked out. I made sure of that.
And did you ever go looking for Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. That was probably my father's doing too. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world. I had to take care of Samuel. That was the most important thing.
All right. That's about it.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. So I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. to Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourselves, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
This does not end here. Those brutes of Sigismund's will pay for this.
Dude, where's Rosa? Shit. I don't mean Rose is alive. No, she is. Dude. Rose is going to be fine. I hope someone dumb decides to attack me on the... I want to kill someone else. I really want to kill someone else. Come on. Come on. Not a single attack. Bastard. But
Oh, come here. Come here.
I apologize. You're always welcome here, good sir.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Come here.
What do you want?
I've got a few wounds.
All right.
I'll glad.
Excellent.
Kind master, eh, doggy?
There. All cleaned and bandaged up, friend. I hope next time you'll want me to do more than just wash your back.
damn. Who wants to do the naughty business? That's crazy talk, man. Well then.
Damn it! Be careful with that weapon.
I'm always careful. Don't need to worry about me.
Scarecrow for the cabbage patch.
Whereas they'd make you the abbot, your reverence.
An abbot with a habit.
Hans! Oi, Hans?
Henry, you have no idea how glad I am. I was really worried about you. I prayed to Our Lady the Protector to watch over. It's good she heard my plea.
Thanks for putting in a good word. It definitely came in handy, because it wasn't nice at all. Lots of violence and death, countless foes. We could have easily kicked them.
God damn! What happened there?
I don't know if words are enough. Simply, it was just like Scallis. Confusion, screaming, dying, and then the flames. The worst part came when the gate fell. It was as if the bloody gates of perdition opened for a moment, and hell surged into the world.
God protect us! God damn it! I should have gone there too. I could have been some use at least.
I'm always glad to fight by your side, but you wouldn't have changed anything there. There were too many of them. And when the whole street was thronged, there was no stopping it. All we could do was try to hold back Eric's people as long as possible, so the locals could flee to the synagogue. See, there's a hidden tunnel inside it, leading out of the city.
Fucking tunnels! Ugh. But thank Christ for them. What about Liechtenstein?
He's fine. And he managed to get those mysterious documents of his out. He left with the survivors for Colleen.
Praise God. He's from an old and glorious house. It'd be a dreadful pity if he got left behind. The main thing is you got out. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to thank you properly for coming to Malashov for me.
No need to thank me.
I beg to disagree, my brave and faithful companion. First and foremost, be it known that if you should ever similarly find yourself in captivity, I swear before our Lord Jesus Christ that I shall come for you as you came for me. And secondly, I have something here for you. A truly knightly reward for your knightly deed. A hunting bow that has no equal in the province.
Dude.
I hope it'll brighten your thoughts after all those horrors.
Like the best bow in the game?
Buck deer,
How will you just gave
and
me?
enchant many a doe. And besides, it has attached to it an enlightening history.
I'm honored. Thank you, friend.
Just a moment. This bow looks familiar. I believe I saw it among Margrave Yob's things.
Good heavens. You really don't miss anything, do you? When I found out that Yobs would gladly leave me locked up, it got my blood up. So, to pay him back, I relieved him of the bow in Rabosh. And it was immediately clear to me that that bow should go to none other than you.
And that is certainly just, I'd say.
I knew we'd see eye to eye. It'd be great to try that bow out right away. We could ride out together on the hunt. Wine, bacon, wine, the deep woods, a quiver full of arrows, wine, shoot some deer and celebrate with wine.
We only went hunting together once.
Yeah, but it was memorable. Don't tell me you wouldn't like to do it again. But first duty, then some fun, eh? You'd better...
Dude. It's worse than my bow. It's literally worse than my bow. Oh, dude. You're asking for trouble now, man. Oh, dude. Jan, Iska.
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form an alliance with us now.
Fuck. Where?
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next.
Well, Samuel said he wants to be around for that, and we should wait for him.
I see. But if he's gone to Colin, he won't be back till tomorrow. Oh well. At least we'll have time to get everything ready.
All right. I'll come tomorrow then.
Ada.
Greetings, sir.
I've come from...
Aye, aye.
What's new around?
Well, if there was something, I'll have a look at the... I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
I apologize.
Godwin.
I heard you fought in the Battle of...
Why wouldn't?
No, it's just...
Are you saying I'm old?
I meant...
I was at the Battle of Kosovo many, many years ago. 14.
So how did it happen? Tell me. I don't think I can quite imagine such a massive battle. How many soldiers were there?
Countless, lad. I've never seen so many take the field. At least 10,000 men on our side. And Sultan Murad must have had at least...
And where did you...
in the saddle. I'm a nobleman, after all. But I lost 3 horses under me. So in the end, I also fought on foot. Most of us mercenaries were on the left flank, under the command of Vladko Vukovic. But, I mean, if it wasn't for Nicholas Gabriel, we wouldn't be talking here today.
And who was that?
The commander of our company. A born warrior, and a good friend. In any case, the fact that Gabriel had taken a command at that point meant our flank did not buckle, and the Ottoman rabble did not cut us to pieces as we...
So who...
The battle lasted all day, and in the end, no one knew who had won, because both sides left only later did we find out. Prince Lazar had fallen there alongside all his Serbian nobility. Still later came the news that Lazar had been captured and executed by the Turks the day after the battle.
They executed a prince?
Aye. They beheaded him, because someone had slit their sultan's throat like a piglet.
So you didn't win?
It's hard to say. We held our own against the odds, and only without their prince. It was just a matter of time before Serbia fell into the new Ottoman Sultan's lap.
Fortunately, I did.
Dude, look at all of this. Got so many things I need to sell. Got so much. Oh fuck. Keep that. Oh wait, I did pick up that Gamberson. Fuck. Dude, look at all of this shit I need to sell. This is it. That's Gamberson. 33, yeah, that's not better than mine. I was really hoping it would be, but it's not. I have so much I need to sell. This is crazy. Oh, for fuck's sake. Got 4 of those, 5 of those. Dude. That's sleep. Where's sleep and save? Capon?
How'd you like Devil's?
Well, it's better than the Malashov prison, but not much.
Aren't the beds soft enough for his lordship?
I'm more bothered by how small the place is. You feel like the walls are close, but at least I can go for rides around the area.
Where'd you go for those rides?
Well, not very far, just from... Oh, damn. What's the place called? Horshan? Aye. From Horshan to Bohunyvitz and back. Why go to the ends of the earth when there's so much to see here? I found a nice hunter's camp in the forest beyond Bohunyvitz. It's not exactly close, but it's quiet at least.
Oh, Christ almighty. You haven't started poaching again, have you?
You could say that. This girl from Bohunyvitz took me for a lovely... ride.
Oh, that's enough. Spare me the details.
Oh, that is gonna get back in slap.
Fella had a real gift. He knew exactly what the weather would be like.
Do I want to send Mutt home? Mutt, to Devil's Den.
Henry, lovely little storm, isn't it?
True. Clear as the air, at least.
I love storms.
I'd like to learn...
You got that wine?
All right.
Good lad.
I want to...
All right.
Why not?
I'd like...
You got...
All right.
Ready.
You can ride...
Yes, all right.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that, guys.
I'd like to learn...
Today, but in the end, no one asks how you... All right. Oh,
Yeah, why not? Tell me. Tell me how to do it.
Good.
Don't walk away.
I'd like to...
Certainly. Aye, if you do...
I'd like to...
Sir, if you're all right, but it could... The main, if you do... Good, eh?
Let's fight.
Look, I can't now.
Down, down, right. Right, 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 left. That's the end of this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, turn the notification button, join the Wolf Clan by hitting that subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And then, WolfsbaneGaming, signing off.